In this video, I'm going to show you how to add your findings on after you've completed beading your bracelet. So what we're going to do first is add our wire protector. Try to get it where you can see it. Hopefully that's focused. And then in your little bag, you'll also have jump rings and your clasp. There is an extra jump ring in there. You only need 2 just because sometimes as you're trying to open them, they will just pop into oblivion. For opening and closing them, you'll need 2 sets of pliers. I like this set because it has the little grooves in it. It helps hold it better. So that one I like to use to hold the jump ring steady. And then the other one I use to bend it. So you want to make sure you're bending it very straight. Don't bend it so it goes out away. We want it to keep very parallel so it goes back together nice and flush, so our finding doesn't fall off. If it doesn't go perfectly flush, you can always squeeze it a little bit, or you can, if it's having a big problem with it while it's open, you can squeeze it a bit. Just make sure you don't do too much. These things are tiny and unwieldy, but you can hold it with 1 pair of pliers and squeeze it this way just a bit, so that way whenever you push it back together, it's nice and flush and our finding isn't going to be able to fall off. These ones have a nice fat ring where it goes on, so it's not likely it can make its way off, but that is just something to think about when using those. So first I'm going to show you on the big pony beads how to take your wire to end up coming back out of this outie bead here. Okay, so once you have finished your last row, you'll be coming out of this bottom bead right here. So we're going to go to the bead to the left and going in towards the bracelet away from the end. And if you've completed your last row on a flower, you'll go follow the flower. So now we'll go up and left again, up a row and to the left, and now down through the bead to the right, which if you're on a flower will be the middle of the flower, and then to the right again to this bead on the outside, the one sticking out, and that's where we need to be to add our finding. Our finding is going to fit in between these 2 gaps. All right, so now I'm going to try to show you on the bracelet. It's very tiny, so hopefully this focuses all right. So what we're going to do is thread through one side of the wire protector, which doesn't matter which side you wire it through on, just make sure it sits where we want it to, like that. So now we go down through the other side of the wire protector. I'm pulling my thread back up because I don't want it to be completely tight just yet, and it doesn't want to work with me because I want to make sure it goes in that channel. So now we're through the other side of the wire protector, and we're going to go through that bead to the outside. And we'll tighten it down, making sure the string stays in that channel. We'll come back through the next bead going in towards the bracelet away from the end. Through the next bead towards going back towards the end, the one right directly underneath the wire protector. We will go back up through the wire protector. Apparently I had too much coffee this morning. I'm a bit shaky. Bear with me. Now, back down through the other side of the wire protector, making sure our string stays in that channel again. So now down through the bead underneath the wire protector again. Now your wire protector is attached, and you can finish off your thread the same way you do when you end a thread to add new thread. So now to add your clasp is very simple. Take your jump ring. This is another point where it's nice to have those ridges, so it's going to hold it nice and steady for you. And put it on the wire protector, and put your clasp on there as well, and close the jump ring. And now we have a clasp. Do the same thing on the other side with the other part of the clasp, and you're all set, ready to wear your bracelet. Thank you all very much for taking my class. I appreciate all of your patience with me, as this is the first one I've taught with this method, and I hope to see you in future classes. Take care.